Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're gonna showcase another top 10 list, and this one's gonna to be the blast types, the top 10 blast types for supports, for PvP, for PvE, for multiple game modes. Generally all the blast type ranked from 1 to 10 in my opinion. But before we go through the content, please guys, do me a favor, support the channel, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so I can keep up the work on MFF and bring you more hot videos. Let's go to the number 10. For number 10, I have in my mind Ebonimo, which is kind of expensive, but he is one of the best supports for World Boss Legend and for World Boss Legend except Mephisto basically, and for PvP, because he got this buff here, and with his own leadership he's giving you even more. It's in total 75%, because he already have a leadership giving energy attack, and except that he got a general leadership for all the characters, all the universal enemies. For PvP and PvE you can find him into the PvP sets for timeline battle, and to be honest he is a universal, but with his uniform he's a blast type, so yeah, I was having trouble putting him into the universal list. I forget it, so I'm putting him right here just to know, and I'm gonna drop another extra 11th character to replace him in the end to tell you about it. So let's go to the number 9. For number 9, I have Cyclops. Cyclops is like the second leader of X-Men, and he got really nice buffs. As you can see here, he is giving all allies 30% energy attack, and he got a 35 all around leadership for everyone. So if you are energy attack character, and if you are an energy attack character, Cyclops can give you in total a 65% buff, and for attack, and a basic defense buff for 25%, which is really good. But both Ebony and Cyclops even less damage, but Ebony, it's almost, there's no, you can't really play with these characters. They're only characters to support your roster, but for, if you want to build just 10 blast types, they are like super cool, because they're supporting for multiple game modes, both of them. The next one is another support which is kind of better in case of damage, and this one is my boy Ancient One, which is a girl basically. His basic look is male, but when you're swapping him uniform, he is a female also, and he is the third character in the list, which is he's the number 7, of course, and he's here only for this kind of supports. With his latest uniform, he is a really good support for all World Boss Legend, and that's because he's giving 30%. C is giving 30% ignore dodge, which is really important against Ultron, against Gore, and against Null. You have to be like 80% and more ignore dodge in your characters to participate, and C also gives 40% increased damage to all elemental damage, which is really good for some characters, and her leadership, it's a solid 50% energy attack. So if you are elemental character, like the latest characters we have take, like Storm, like let's say Blue Dragon, this girl here gives you 40%, 30%, 30%, and a 50% leadership, which is a lot. It's more than 90% buff on your damage, and 30% ignore dodge and all resistances. It's really useful for Mephisto, and generally you can use him for just support, all leadership again. The number 6 is my girl Emma Frost, and she is meta for timeline battle. At least she is like top 5 or top 6 characters you could use there. She is like after Thanos and Adam Warlock. I feel like it's she, Spider-Man, Hulk, but basically perhaps it's Thanos, Hulk, Adam Warlock, Emma, Spider-Man, and that's all. There is no other characters you could see into the and Sentry also into the timeline battle. She's super good, but to play as here you need to have her artifact, with something I'm missing. But I know that a lot of people is using her. I've seen that. I'm not gonna tell you that it's totally worth paying the crystals to have a character for timeline battle. Her damage for PvE is not that good. That's why she's down below in the 6th place, because she's currently in the meta somehow. So yes, she's super good in my opinion for PvP, and that reflects she got in her artifact. It's huge. And with the CTP of the previous characters, all of them is working better with the CTP of Insight to support your roster whole. This one is really good with the CTP of Regeneration, because the extra HP you're getting from the CTP of Regeneration helps you kill the enemies. Thank you, Brinkspark. I can't right now. Helps you to do more damage, because as more HP you got, more damage you are going to reflect. Let's say if you have 200k, you have to reflect all the 200k into the enemy before you die. If you have only 100k, perhaps the enemy got more HP, so he can't really die from that. So that's why you want to utilize here with the CTP of Regeneration, a Mighty One or a Brilliant, whatever got a huge amount of HP. And let's go to the 5th. The 5th character is Mephisto, and it's a character hard PvE. I mean, he is meta for one day for sure in ABX. He's going toe to toe with Iron Man villain uniform, but he is basically the 2nd or 3rd best villain into the World Boss Legend, because you know, after Iron Man and after Hulk, which is level 80, the third guy in your mind is this one, and after is Super Giant. There's not a lot of villains out there, and he, as a blast type and elemental type, he's getting advantage for the most buffs there is out there, and he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot with the CTP of Insight, basically. CTP of Judgment, basically. But with the CTP of Rage, he is the same good in ABX. But for World Boss Legend, you want a Mighty Judgment or Brilliant Judgment or Judgment to go for it. He's doing elemental damage, fire damage, and he is really tough. He's super expensive, and he's not really worth the cost of him. If I could tell you to build a character, I wouldn't suggest you spend all this, because the value of the character has followed a lot lately, but still, he is top 5 100%, guys. Let's go to the 4th. The 4th character is Adam Warlock, where as Adam Warlock mainly you can see him into the timeline battle, having a semi-PvE build with CTP of Energy, one-shotting enemies with his 3rd skill, because there is a counter attack, and if you proc on it, he can kill a lot, but he's still really good for PvE. But at least for PvP, he's top 3, he's super expensive, but you're getting out of his value. He got a revive. Mephisto also have a revive. That's why he's really good, because you can do mistakes in World Boss Legend and you're not paying for them, because you're going to revive. Adam Warlock, exactly the same. He is really good PvE and PvP, but PvP is where he shines and where you see most of the people using him, because for PvE there's other characters doing more with less build. He need a lot of build to do really good at PvE. I've seen people doing more damage than me with Adam Warlock, like Julian in GBR, but pretty much he is the only one I've ever seen, you know, super good accounts like Gojilinators where Julian is using. And yes, that was it for Adam Warlock. He is so expensive, but he delivers. He's like top 3 in PvP, so he can kill a lot of Hulks. He can kill Spider-Man, even if he has disadvantage. He can kill Thanos. You're seeing him flying through Timeline Battle, Alliance Conquest, Alliance Tournament. He's everywhere PvP. He is like meta for sure. So let's go to the top 3. The 3rd best character in the game for me as blast type is Storm. And I know that sounds ridiculous because she's super slow, she can die. really easy. She got like a minor heal, and she's getting a lot of damage. Here tier 3, having her standing still there, she is kind of meh. But guys, even for like my build, you can see here I have just the judgment. I have not that good build, I have couple of Odin's blessing, of course, but she delivers a lot of damage. My hair boy, sorry bro, I can't play right now. She is like the best DPS. She's a glass cannon, but she is so expensive. You need to pay it's a paywall character, so you need to pay a lot, and it's once per 6 months, so I couldn't tell you to bother and go build here. The good part is that even if you don't want to risk it and use here as main DPS, you can use here as a support. And as a support, you can see there is 30% ignored dodge and 55 all element damage. So she's buffing herself, but she's buffing the other characters you could use with her, like get Ancient One as a leadership, here as a support, and using other characters like Mephisto, using characters like Blue Dragon. But you're not gonna pay a paywall uniform and go use her as a support, I'm just saying. But she's so solid. I mean, if you stay alive, she's doing so much damage, and her rotation is so easy. There's no way you're failing with CDP of Judgment. She's kind of hard to proc, but with the Judgment, I'm playing and I'm having really fun, guys. And the second one is Blue Dragon. And it's kind of bad that, the top characters are really expensive, and one is paywall, the other, like this one, is Crystal Wall. So it's kind of hard having this too. That's why I'm not gonna say, because they're having more damage perhaps than someone else, I'm gonna put here in front of the line. But the point is that she is top DPS for World Boss Legend. You see my yesterday video, guys. You see she's doing insane damage with just a proccing obelisk, and I put here a mighty destruction. I test here further, and she's even better. But I feel like the place where she's gonna sign, it's a CTP of Judgment, where you're not gonna be so specific in the rotation. You can drop a 4, you can drop a 5th, and having all the damage through the CTP of Judgment. I was doing the test yesterday with her own leadership, with a lightning damage, proccing obelisk, and when I swap into a mighty destruction, I was having some trouble proccing on it after, I had to charge this thing on the mighty destruction, and I was missing some procs. So yes, I'm not sure if she's so solid as Storm, but she can stay alive way more easier than Storm. The skills she got, flies around the stage. Her Awaken is her soft spot. If you need to be 100% sure that she's not going to take any damage when she's doing her Awaken, but her Awaken is really cool, and it's easier in total to get this character instead of Storm, because Storm, it's a paywall and it's 1 per 6 months, so it's kind of weird to tell you go for Storm. This girl gonna deliver the same. Perhaps he needs more than Storm, the tier 4, because for PvP for sure, but she got some value in Alliance Conquest also, and Timeline Battle as tier 4. If you go and see other content creator videos, there is videos with her doing now stage 84 as a tier 4 with Mighty Destruction, easy peasy. I mean, it's insane that she got that much value, 1 minute left, now stage 84, 1 minute in total. Basically, the guy spent 1 minute and did stage 84 of null. It was insane. And for PvP also, she got some value with Sunbird, as a team up, reviving, but I'm not gonna tell you, go build here for Alliance Conquest. She is solid for World Boss Legend, and you can utilize her for PvP also, and that's really cool. And before we're going to the number 1, I want to say, I just remember basically that I skipped the number 4. So the number 4 is Doctor Strange. This guy is out of your mind. His damage He's just behind the tier 4s for GBR, and for World Boss Legend he's doing really nice damage. He's meta for ABX after the first guy, Iron Man, which is for Male Blast. He is the second one. He is really cool for ABX. He's really cool for World Boss Legend. Not Gore and Ultron because they're moving around and they're kind of annoying. But for Null and Mephisto, he delivers really easy peasy. It's really easy clears there. And his value is out of GBR mostly because you want to utilize him with the CTP of Raids. Is like one of the characters that it's better using a Raids instead of using anything else. He's having really good value proccing on his skills, but it's really hard, you know, using a mighty destruction on him or mighty energy. It's gonna be a nightmare for you because you want to proc on the third skill but previously enable all the other skills, which is insanely hard. But he got a lot of value. He is like the fourth in the damage meters. If you count it, he is doing more damage than Mephisto for sure in general, but he's worse than Storm and Blue Dragon. That's why he's fourth. And let's go to the number one. And number one is Tony Stark, my boy, who is helping me build his own suit, as you can see in the previous videos. And yes, the value is out of your mind. He can go both ways, villain with this uniform or just hero, and he totally worth tier 4, being my only tier 4 at the moment because I was 100% sure that he is out of your mind good. He's really good. He's like the second best character, perhaps the first best character for GBR, and for other tier 4s and everyone in general. He's doing insane damage. For me, works perfect with the CP of Raids. I've seen people using Mighty Energy, Mighty Destruction and having great results, but in my opinion you need to be free, dropping your tier 4, dropping your tier 3 and having your normal rotation and being able to go from rotation to rotation on the proc of CTP of Raids to the proc of CTP of Raids, because energy and destruction makes you to need to press the buttons really fast. But with Raids, I feel he's doing the most content for me in World Boss Legend. He's doing GBR daily. Even if he have disadvantage, he's one of my best clears every single day. And if you want a solid character for GBR, he's the best. He's the cheapest out of all in the list. He cost only 800 CCF and you need only to spend 2000 more TCP or EOD to have him level 80 to be able to out DPS everyone in your roster. I mean, literally everyone. He's doing a lot of damage, and as with tier 4 he's getting a boost, but you don't really need it. You just need him level 80 with his latest uniform or with his villain uniform and the CTP of Raids, and he's flying through content. I had him level 80 and I was able to do pretty much the same as I'm doing. There's no stage as after I took tier 4, like stage in World Boss Legend that I'm letting like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or less. I mean, with half of the time I need on any World Boss Legend, I'm able to clear with him. I mean, the one that he is able to, of course. Stage 49, I mean, Mephisto, he's doing really fast. Stage 39, Ultron. Stage 19, Gore, he is a god there. He's a god who kills the Gore god butcher. He's insane. For me, the best is Iron Man, guys. And let's talk about a character I skip, and she could be in the top 10 list if Ebony was missing, but I put Ebony there just because I feel like Moonstone, which is super expensive. You have to go through the quest of Sentry and pay 6000 crystals and all this stuff. She used to be the best, but now she's falling behind in the DPS meters. She could be 5th or 6th better, but you know, all this cost, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, and she's way worse than the top 3 or top 4 DPS. She's worse than Mephisto. Perhaps she got more burst, but she's not that solid. She has some heal, but she's so soft and slow. She got like half the damage of Storm, half the damage of Blue Dragon, half the damage of Fireman, so there's no way saying you go buy Moonstone. She's outdated, and if she don't get a uniform, she's meh. So yes, that was it for me, guys. Let me know your opinion down below in the comments, and drop ideas, of course, what you want to see next. What it's gonna be the next top 10 list. I'm gonna post a poll basically to ask you about it. I'm gonna drop 5 ideas, and whatever you're gonna say, I'm gonna follow up. As you know, I'm doing in the polls of the channel and every single time. So yes, that was it, my top 10. I hope I make you smile. I hope I make you decide what to build next. See you